Hey everyone, this is Steven here, back at it again with another video. In today's video, we're talking everything MLB sports card market. We're going to look at some of the more popular players and look at some of their charts. And then at the end of the video, we are going to look at some players and cards that have gone up the most over the past week and also that have gone down the most over the past week. So kind of the hottest and coldest MLB sports cards over the past week. But before we get into that, if you enjoy this type of content and would like to see more in the future, please feel free to hit the like button and also subscribe. So now that we got that out of the way, we can get into the actual video here. The main goal and purpose of this video is to try to help us get a better understanding of the current MLB sports card market environment. We are currently post the All-Star game. We've had a lot of trades come up at the trade deadline. We've unfortunately had some injuries, so I just wanted to do a hopefully quick update on the current MLB market. We're going to look at some of the more popular players. We're also going to look at some of the players that have been traded recently and see how that has impacted their card values. And then we're also going to look at some of the players that have recently been injured. And at the end of the video, we're going to look at some of the hottest and coldest players and cards over the past week or so. So we're going to look at some of the cards that have gone up the most, and then also some of the cards that have gone down the most over the past week. So that being said, we can get started here like we always do, looking at a current legend, and this is Mike Trout. We're going to be looking at his 2011 Topps update, and this is just his base rookie card in a PSA 10, a very iconic rookie card. Even though it is just his base card, it still demands a pretty high premium. It is a pretty expensive base card here, but this is what we're going to start off with because this is a pretty good generalization of how the MLB sports card market trends. As Mike Trout goes, typically the MLB sports card market follows. However, Mike Trout has currently been battling a calf injury, so he hasn't played most of this year. But let's check out how his card prices are doing so far. So similar to the overall MLB sports card market and also other sports card markets, we did see a peak in that February of this year time frame, and then it looks like ever since then, this card specifically has been trending pretty much straight down since that February time frame. But let's check out how this card has been doing over the past 30 days, as that is a one-year look. So over the last 30 days or so, it looks like this Mike Trout rookie card is down about 8%. So it does look like this card is still trending down, as he is still battling a calf injury and hasn't recovered as fast as a lot of people were anticipating. So that does look like that's impacting the price of his cards. But I do anticipate once he comes back, I do think that this card will slowly start trending up again, as he is still one of the best current baseball players in the game. And all it takes is for him to have a couple of good games. Cards will slowly start to reflect that. But overall, Mike Trout's rookie cards are still trending down, as he is still battling that calf injury. So now that we looked at Mike Trout, I did want to focus in on a couple players that were recently traded. One of the bigger trades was Anthony Rizzo on the Cubs, and he recently joined the New York Yankees. And this is his 2011, so the same rookie class card as Mike Trout, but this is his 2011 Topps update rookie card in a PSA 10. And as you can see here, we're just looking at the past 30 days. It looks like his card is actually up about 30% over the past month or so. And as you can see, his cards did spike up here at the end of July, and that was about when he got traded. So ever since he got traded, we did see a pretty significant bump, and then it does look like these cards are cooling off a little bit since the trade. However, he has seen a pretty good month, as he was recently traded to the Yankees, so his prices are starting to reflect that a little bit, and he did get a post-trade bump. But the next player I wanted to look at is none other than Kris Bryant, and this is another guy that recently got traded from the Cubs. It seems like the Cubs offloaded their whole team, or at least most of their bigger stars. But Kris Bryant was another guy that was recently traded from the Cubs to the first place San Francisco Giants. They're having an amazing year. They're exceeding a lot of expectations this year, the San Francisco Giants. But this is his 2015 Topps Chrome rookie card in a PSA 10 for Kris Bryant. And he was recently traded as well, and as you can see over the past month, his card is actually down about 12%, so kind of opposite of Rizzo, who saw the 30% increase as he went to the Yankees. It does look like Kris Bryant's cards have gone down about 12% over the past month or so. It looks like we did see a spike here when we saw the initial trade at the end of July, but ever since then, they've really been cooling off. His card is still down about 12% over the past month or so. So now that we looked at a couple of the guys that were traded, I wanted to focus in on a couple of the players who started out the season extremely well and are still playing really well. I just want to take a look at how their cards are holding up. So we're going to look at Mr. Shohei Ohtani here, and we have his 2018 Topps Chrome Update rookie card. Very good looking card here, but this is in a PSA 10. And if we take a look at the charts here, this is his 90-day chart, but this gives us a holistic view of how the card has done over the past 3 months or so. But as you can see here, it looks like the cards peaked around the middle of July, and that was when there was the All-Star game going on. There's a lot of hype and buzz around Ohtani not only hitting in the home run derby as well as being the starting pitcher in the game, so there was definitely a lot of hype around that. But it does look like ever since then his cards have been taking a pretty decent breather here, and I think this is just a case of the fact that these cards just can't continue to go up and up and up. So I just think that this card just went up really high in a pretty short period of time, so I just think that this card is just taking a breather. It's not really a reflection of how Ohtani's doing. He's still playing pretty well. He's not playing as well as he was earlier in the season, but he's still having a great year. He's most likely going to win the MVP if he can stay healthy, but his cards are just taking a little breather here as they just went up too fast and also too high in a short period of time, so they're just taking a little breather. The next player I wanted to look at is Fernando Tatis Jr., and unfortunately he recently suffered a shoulder injury. It's still not really clear how long he's going to be out. He is currently on the 10-day IL, so it's going to be interesting to see how long he's out. There are some reports saying that he could potentially need some season-ending surgery, but still we don't really know. So it's all speculation at this point, but we can still take a look at some of his cards as he is still currently one of the brightest stars in the game. So I have 3 cards here. I have his 2019 Topps Chrome Base rookie card, and then I have his Topps Chrome Pink rookie card, and then I also have his Topps Chrome Refractor rookie card, and all 3 of these are in a PSA 10. And if we look at this 30-day chart, it looks like the Refractor is down about 6%, the Topps Chrome Base is down about 2%, and it looks like the Pink Refractor is actually holding up pretty well, up about 12%. There's not a lot of sales on that Pink Refractor, so that could have something to do with it, but it does look like overall that Fernando Tatis is taking a minor dip since the injury, and this is again at past 30 days, so it does look like his cards are still holding pretty flat, if not seeing just a little bit of a pullback as he was recently injured. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with his cards and also the severity of his injury. The next player I wanted to look at is another man down here, but this is Ronald Acuna Jr., and I have his 2018 Topps Bat Down rookie card. Pretty iconic card there, and also his 2018 Topps Chrome Base rookie card here, and also his Topps Chrome Refractor rookie card, and all of these are in a PSA 10. So as a lot of us know, he did recently suffer a season-ending ACL injury. Pretty sad to see Mr. Acuna Jr. go down, but that's sometimes what happens in the game. But unfortunately, he is out for the season. But let's take a look at how his cards have done over the past 30 days. So it looks like his Bat Down is down about 3%. His Topps Chrome Base rookie card is up about 3%, actually looks like, and his Topps Chrome Refractor PSA 10 is actually up about 20%. It does look like there's not a lot of sales volume on that one, but overall it does look like Acuna Jr.'s cards are actually holding up pretty well over the past month or so, and it does look like his cards are holding up pretty well over the past month ever since that injury. It is going to be interesting to see how these cards hold up over time, and especially leading into next year. But what we have been seeing lately with a lot of other season-ending injuries is we do see an initial drop-off, the first week or so after their injury, and then we do see a slow increase heading into the next season, and we don't really see the big regression that a lot of us expect. We saw that with Dak Prescott and also Klay Thompson. We saw the initial dip, and then we just saw a slow increase until they are able to return again. So I think it'll be interesting to see what happens with Ronald Acuna Jr. over the next year or so, especially with his cards. But for right now, it does look like they're holding up fairly well, and they have over the past month. Another player I wanted to highlight here is another player that started off the season extremely hot and having a really great bounce back season. He's still playing pretty well, but he is cooling off just a little bit. But this is Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and again, he's just having an amazing bounce back season. I think if it wasn't for Ohtani, he would probably be the front runner for the MVP. But with that being said, I have 3 of his cards here. I have 2 Topps Chrome rookie cards here. So I have Topps Chrome Base rookie card, and then also a Topps Chrome Refractor rookie card. And then I also have the Topps Chrome Update rookie card here. So I have all 3 of these cards, and I just want to take a look at how his cards are doing and how they've been doing over the past month or so. So we are looking over the past 30 days. So it looks like the Topps Chrome Refractor in a PSA 10 is down about 6% over the past month. The Topps Chrome Base rookie card is down about 6% over the past month. And then it looks like the Topps Chrome update is down about 4%. So we are seeing a little pullback to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And I think that this is similar to Shohei Ohtani, that his cards just went up extremely fast and extremely quickly. So I just think that these cards are just taking a little breather, and he is slowing down just a little bit, but his pace was really not sustainable the way he was playing, and that was also reflected in his card prices. So we are seeing just a minor pullback in Vladimir Guerrero Jr. cards over the past month or so, but he's still having a fantastic bounce back year, and his cards have still gone up a significant amount over the past year or so. We're just seeing a little pullback over the past month. And then the next player I wanted to highlight is a player that's been really hot as of late, and this is Bo Bichette. So I have his 2020 Topps Chrome base rookie card, and then also his 2020 Topps Chrome refractor rookie card. And I just wanted to highlight this because he is really starting to pick it up, and he ended up having a really solid year so far. He's batting a little over 300, and he has around 20 home runs or so. So he's putting together a pretty solid season, and he's been doing it pretty quietly as of late, but he is starting to get a little bit of hype and buzz around him, as he should, because he is a great young talent. And his cards are finally starting to reflect that a little bit as of late. But over the past month, it looks like his Topps Chrome refractor is up about 22%, and his Topps Chrome base rookie card is up about 40%. So we have seen some growth and some increases in the Bo Bichette rookie card market over the past month or so, as he has really started to heat up as of late. And then the last player I wanted to highlight, and this is similar to Bo Bichette, but I have Rafael Devers here. I have his 2018 Topps Chrome pink refractor rookie card, and then also his 2018 Topps Chrome refractor rookie card. And both of these are in PSA 10s, and I just wanted to highlight that it does look like Rafael Devers cards are finally starting to get a little bit of hobby love. It looks like his pink refractor is up about 36%, and his Topps Chrome refractor is up about 16%. So it does look like Rafael Devers over the past month or so has really seen a spike in some of his card prices, as they were pretty undervalued for quite some time. But it does look like he is finally starting to get some hobby love, as he did make his first All-Star game, and he's just putting together another great year, and he's still only 24 years old. So his cards have been on an uptrend for the past month or so. But overall, it does look like the MLB sports card market is very just dependent on how the specific players are trending. If a player is really hot, it does look like that their cards are up a little bit, and then if a player is not playing their best or not playing up to their expectations, it does look like their cards are going to be down. But overall, it is following a lot of the trends that we've seen in the past, where it is just based on a lot of the performance of the players, and then there's still some hype that are built into some of these card prices with some bigger trades or injuries and stuff like that. But overall, it does look like we are getting back to some similar trends we've seen in the past within the MLB sports card market. So now that we looked at some charts for some of the more popular players, some of the players that have been traded, and also some of the players that are battling through some injuries, hopefully we have a better understanding of how the current MLB sports card market is trending. But the next thing I did want to focus in on is just look at some of the trends over the past week or so we could see some of the hottest MLB sports cards and also some of the coldest MLB sports cards over the past week. So for this, I am using Market Mover's price by player card, which I've used before. For this, we're filtering on baseball only, and then we're looking at PSA 10s only, and then also rookie cards only. So how this works is I'm going to start with the players that have gone down the most over the past week. So that is the time frame is 1 week. And then I'm going to switch over to some of the cards that have gone up the most over the past week. But for some of the biggest losers over the past week, we have my boy Ken Griffey Jr. starting it off here, and he's down about 0.18%. So pretty much flat over the past week for Ken Griffey Jr. And this 6-card portfolio here basically says that we have a specific player, which is Ken Griffey Jr. here, and he has a 6-card rookie card portfolio in Market Movers, and that portfolio as a whole is down about 0.18% over the past week. Looks like Bryce Harper's cards are down about 1.4%, which is pretty interesting because he's actually having a pretty good year this year, and he's been really heating up as of late. But all in all, his cards are down about 1.4% over the past week. Tom Glavine's down about 2%. Derek Jeter, the captain, down about 3.8%. Fernando Tatis Jr.'s cards are down about 5%, which isn't really surprising with the shoulder injury and not knowing the severity of that injury. Gavin Lux is down another 5.6% over the past week. Lou Bob, Luis Roberts' 11-card portfolio is down about 5.6% over the past week or so. Gleyber Torres is down about 11% over the past week. Another pretty disappointing year for Gleyber, but he is picking it up a little bit as of late, but overall his cards are still down about 11%. And then we have Cody Bellinger down about 16% for Cody Bellinger's 11 card portfolio. And then we have Frank Thomas, the big hurt, down a whopping 17% over the past week. I'm wondering what's going on there. Maybe some people didn't like his commercials or something. I'm not sure on that, but it's down about 17%. And then Sammy Sosa, another interesting one, down about 19.7%, so we'll call it 20% for Mr. Sosa. And then also Manny Ramirez, another guy that's down about 21%. So we are seeing, looks like some pullback on some older, more retired players. So we are seeing a pullback in some of those cards. But that's some of the trends that we've seen over the past week or so. And then now that we've looked at some of the players that have gone down the most over the past week, we'll take a look at some of the players that have gone up the most over the past week or so. Start off here with Juan Soto up about 1.3%, Nico Horner up about 2%, Nolan Arenado up about 3% there on the Cardinals. And we have Ronald Acuna Jr. seeing a little spike of about 3.6%, and then also Dustin May seeing another spike of about 4.3% over the past week or so. And this could be kind of like we were talking about earlier, is we do see the initial drop once the players get injured, and then we do see it slowly start to tick up during the rest of the season because these players are out for the whole season. And then we do see a slow uptick until, the start of the season next year for some of these players. So I think it'll be interesting to keep an eye out on some of these cards and players that have been injured for the whole season. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. But overall, we have seen minor increases for Dustin May and Acuna Jr. over the past week. Mike Yastrzemski is up about 5%. The Giants are having a very good year this year, exceeding a lot of expectations. And then it looks like we have Sammy Sosa, which is kind of interesting because I think he was just on the biggest losers list on the cards that have gone down the most. So I think this might be like a timing thing within market movers. It's saying that his cards are up 5% here, but I think it's just showing that they're down like 20% or something. That's interesting there. That could be a timing thing within market movers. But anyway, we'll keep moving on here. We have Rafael Devers up about 5.6%. Devers still getting some hobby love over the past week, which is good to see. And then we have Aaron Judge up about 8%. Bo Bichette, another guy that's really starting to heat up in his play, and also his card prices are starting to reflect that, but he's up about 9% over the past week. And then we have Manny Machado, who's been putting together a great season with the Padres, but his cards are up about 9.5% over the past week. Javier Baez cards are up about 9.7%, another guy that was recently traded. Ohtani's looks like his cards are starting to creep up again, up about 11.5%. Mookie Betts is starting to get a little more love at about 13% over the past week. And then we have the big unit, Randy Johnson, up about 20%. Ozzie Albies is putting together another great year with the Braves, especially in Acuna Jr.'s absence. Him and Freddie Freeman have really started to pick it up, but his cards are up about 25%. Yordan Alvarez looks like he's getting a little hobby love over the past week, but he's up about 26%. And then we also have Chipper Jones up 27%, and then Carter Kieboom is up about 27.7%. There's only 7 sales on that, so lower sales volume, but still, he's our winner for the week, up about 28% over the past week or so. So that concludes the list of some of the players that have gone up the most and also down the most over the past week. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you found it somewhat informative and also entertaining. If you did, please feel free to hit the like button and also subscribe. Thanks, and have a good rest of your day. Bye.